Okay, I'm going to do a quick video on father on the Banco. And we all know that Banco can mean bank. Okay, so this one's interesting because there are 166 words in this particular chapter in The Thrill of the Chase, Father on the Banco. We also have 166 words in the poem. So that's kind of unique. And that draws our attention to this. And there's other great things. My father was sitting on the Banco near the fireplace, near the blaze. And this O, omega means big O. Literally, it means big O. And O is 15. So, and then this page is page 18, and 18 is an end number right here, because right here at the end here, it's 15 and 3, and you get 18. So there's an end number, the way that I believe it happens. This is my opinion. Don't be offended. Let's have a public announcement. Anyway, here we go. An opinion is a belief or feeling, is your point of view, is result of an emotion, maybe supported by an argument. Anyway, you get it. I get it. Okay, back to this. So we know O is the 15th letter in the alphabet. That gets us to the end, which is 15. Anyway, it goes, one evening, my father was sitting on the Banco near the fireplace of his office in the gallery, pretending to read a magazine while I concluded a transaction with two clients. There's two omegas. It's a double. Forrest Fenn's always in the middle. When the men left and went over, he went over to my desk and looked at the paperwork. After studying it for a minute, he says, son, you've made more money in the last 15. Yay. So that gets us to 15. More money. You've made more money in 15 minutes than my home cost. And it took me 20 years to pay for it. So right there, it's 15. Anyway, let's see. So it took him 20 years to pay for it. It was a melancholy recollection that suddenly made me feel totally inadequate. When he said he was proud of me, it didn't seem to help. He had a master's degree in education and had spent his adult life teaching children. Anyway, all I had was a knack for taking care of myself and my family. It still bothers me. Anyway, that kind of draws your attention to it. It doesn't make a lot of sense why he doesn't go into detail, but it gets your attention. Anyway, and then it goes into. So basically what I got here is, actually, if you go, that still bothers me. When his home mortgage was finally paid for, he and my mother went out backyard and ceremonially buried the paper. They said it was a religious experience. And anyway, if you start that down to the end, there's 33 words, just another coincidence. Anyway, but what's exciting is you go over here, and you have his father leaning on a will, the will right. So the father of this boy that's in this grave marker was a willwright. He made wills for, for wagons and anything around force use to get you a hint, a subtle hint. So we have him leaning on a will. So his father's shown right here, leaning on the Banco, the bank, man. He's sitting right there on the Banco. And not only that, but he has a stack of rocks right next to him. And rocks just happens to have a word value of 66 right there. And then if you count these things, it can play into your numbers too. And there's a couple of places that's in. Anyway, but then it goes father, sitting, and thinking. And thinking is, like a boy when he's 13 has plenty of time in a graveyard or a cemetery to think. And there's other thinking on page 41, 14, and 7 go along with father, sitting, and thinking. And then this is the pride of our family, built in 1930. 30 is an end number, the year that he was born. So I don't know, you could maybe have a better idea, but we still have 30 as an end number, which is 15 and 15 added together, because this is a mirrored thing and you get 30. So anyway, this kind of exciting right here. There's a lot of clues in here. Anyway, and then later, 3 rooms were added on to the back. So, right here we get number 3 were added on to the back. Boom. So anyway, there's just some great subtle hints here, but they make a lot more sense when you know what he's saying. And it isn't just this, it's over and over and over again. So go from there. I mean, here's in the thrill of the chase right here. This is the treasure, and it just happens to be on page 3. Yay! Here's him leaning on the Banco or the wheelwright again in Once Upon a While, and this just happens to be page 6. So there's 3 and 3. Anyway, with imagination, you can see it. And then Too Far to Walk, he's leaning on the wheel, and it's the back cover. It's the last thing right here. I don't believe it's the last thing, but the poem takes you a little farther. But definitely you're banking it if you get there. I just thought I'd be a smart aleck and show you my picture of me right here. This is at the boys' grave marker, standing right there. There I am with my mugshot. That's right here. Okay. Here I am mirrored. So on this side, it's right there, and on this side, it's right there. So, do the measurements for here, then come over here and you do the measurements according to the fences and so forth, and you get a mirror image right here. And then I'm right here at the X marks the spot. So you draw a line here across and here across, and you get an X right here in the middle of this map. And there you go. Measure it out. Boom. There's the X that marks the spot. And this is funny. I wasn't looking for shoes and I found them. I wasn't looking for an X that marks the spot and I found it. I wasn't looking for a will or a wheelwright and I found one. I wasn't looking for all these things. I actually got to the end right here, 15 and 3 at the end on this map of the cemetery by following the poem, with ideas from the poem. Of course, the books help, but, I actually missed it. I actually went with 2 and 20 here. I actually missed it. My first shot across, I went for this one right here, number 20 and 2. That's kind of why I'm called the shy guy. I was just a little shy of hitting the target. Boom. I mean, it only took me 2 shots instead of 3 or on the 4th. But either way, it's interesting because after I found the right spot, all the other clues in the books and all that dropped into place. I could reverse engineer everything, and boy, was there a lot of confirmation bias coming my way. So just a thought. We'll go from there.